Okay, so as a recap for where we were at, the session before the last session, or before that even, Tavis had managed to make his way inside an outpost as a Zentarim, and having done a little bit of an investigation in there and sort of getting earmarked a little bit collared, a little bit of suspicion around him. He leaves only to be pursued by the Zentarim. And what soon follows then is an attack on Tavis, to which the party then join in to help out. However, they'd actually use sending stones to call for reinforcements, which included a load of Zentarim thugs and a very well prepared mage, who used invisibility and Misty Step and various other spells to try and slow down and damage the party. In amongst all of that, Ulfgar took some quite serious damage, and trying to sort of keep him alive became the main objective for the party. However, he did go unconscious before the party was able to bring the mage down. Did a little bit of looting for what they had on him, and you decided that you didn't want to leave any dead bodies around where there's a potential that you could get clues and draw yourself or draw the Zentarim into you. So you used the portable hole to dump the bodies in. It became the body bag of the crew, and then Spare the Dime was used on Ulfgar. With the fight then completed, Tavis was being interrogated a little bit by Isla in terms of what had gone on, why all this had happened, and a concern whether Tavis was actually telling the truth at that point. Tavis then said about what he'd heard, which was rumours of what was called the Growlhunds. There was a name that was being bandied around, and also Bram Blackwood was also mentioned while he was inside the mausoleum. With that, the party talk about where they're going to head to next, and with there only being 2 guards left on the outside, the perimeter of the tomb itself, you're going to head there and then do some further investigation. However, when you got close to that area, you could see that there were more and more of these Zentarim thugs that were piling out at the door. Obviously, more reinforcements that are being called in. So with that, the party then decided they're going to start to head away, and you passed your stealth check as a group, where you then make your way to the outer edges of the City of the Dead, back onto the cobbled streets of Waterdeep, and that's where we left it. Anyone got anything they want to mention, talk about, discuss on that one?
Nope.
I think so. Good recap.
How many points Ulfgar got left now?
I don't know. Whatever was Spare the Dying.
No, Isla did a big mass prayer of healing, didn't you, or something?
Prayer of healing on everyone, didn't I? Right,
we got plus 15 from that prayer of healing.
16 then.
So Ulfgar's on 16.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. That's fine then.
Yeah, so you use 2 cure wounds, a spiritual weapon, a prayer of healing, and Macaw lightning.
Okay, thank you very much. 16 it is.
That would have been poor etiquette if we let you die on the time that you...
I would have been very happy.
I was praying so much.
Imagine getting that text message.
Ulfgar is dead.
He wouldn't have believed it. He'd have thought we were lying.
Imagine the first session back is the burial of Ulfgar. Love that.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the bit where you get hit?
I haven't watched it. No, for some reason I thought I played that session, but I was thinking of the one on the boat.
It gets real.
No, I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it tomorrow or something. But yeah, I should really watch it.
Daryl's recap finishes. Ulfgar is in the ground and Isla is pissing on his tombstone.
For me personally, as a DM, where you have to like map out this world, I thought this is so convenient that he's died in a graveyard because you already know what the environment's like. It just couldn't get more convenient than that. And we roll him into the ground and we say goodbye.
We wouldn't have to dig a big hole.
Right then.
Poor Ulfgar.
So, in the streets of Waterdeep, it's about 2 p.m. Yeah, I'll hand it over to you guys. What do you want to do?
I'm just saying, I reckon we could have took them.
All of them.
There weren't that many.
They were multiplying.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
I don't think Ulfgar thinks it would have been fine.
No, I could have taken them. Absolutely, I could have taken them. I just needed a bit of a rest.
I'm kind of on the same page as Thorin, to be honest with you.
Swiftdale would have been alright.
It's at the end of the day, we've kicked the hornet's nest. Like those Centauri used the sending stones to call in reinforcements, and they must have given Tavis's description away because they came straight for us. So now we've got a big target on our backs in a city full of Zentarum who run the underground.
Tavis has got a cloak.
Yeah, well, I think Tavis may need to change his cloak and
Do something with his face.
yeah.
I don't understand how they turned so quick. I was in there 1 minute just having a conversation and they were on about come back tomorrow when the boss is around and we'll see if we've got any jobs for you. I literally walk out the door and they jump me. They could have killed me in the quiet inside.
Does that happen to you a lot, Tavis?
Can't say it does, no.
Do you consider yourself a good liar?
Maybe there was someone in there that they needed to consult before they made the decision.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't particularly lie to them. I told them that I used to be Zentarum and I was looking for a job. I suppose that's a bit of a lie, but if they'd have offered me work and it would have helped me getting in and gain intelligence on their organisation, I'd have done it. So
Seems like an overreaction to me.
Obviously,
Massive overreaction.
Something that you've done to tip them off, and it's definitely a reaction whereby we've just murdered 7 of them plus.
we've not done any murdering. We were attacked and defended ourselves.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Where are we gonna dispose of our trash?
Before it stinks.
We could try and use it to our advantage somehow.
Did you loot anything of worth or value at all?
I think we picked up a few gold. We got a set of sending stones.
Good job.
A few weapons. Did you took a few weapons in that bag of holding, Thorin?
Yeah, I don't think we did actually. No, I don't think we picked up anything.
I mean, I don't think it'd be wrong of us to maybe split up and make an alternative way to to wherever we're going. I mean, what was that place, Tavis, that you said they mentioned?
It was about a noble family that they seemed to be in leagues with, the Growlhunds. Well, the Growlhunds. But they said that's where their boss was right now. But I don't. We'd have to ask around to figure out where that actually is. They didn't get a location on it.
Is it worth asking around at the moment, like considering what just happens?
Yeah. Can I see any guards or anything on the street?
Streets are quite busy. you're kind of sort of in between. You're sort of like north trade ward, sort of south of the north ward. But from where you are, you may see one or two knocking around on patrol, but you won't see you don't see a lot. You just see a lot of merchants sort of coming and go. This is very typical of the streets and the environments that you've seen throughout the city.
And Tavis, you said they were a prominent family.
Yeah, that was definitely the impression I got, like some sort of nobles or something.
I ask a random person on the street, excuse me, chap, do you know where I could find the Growlhunds? Growlhunds? Anything at all similar, close?
You see, what looks like he's like an older gent. He's got human, bald head with like sort of bushy white hair at the back, sort of curling a little bit. And he sort of smiles at you, sort of see that he's got quite a few teeth missing. He says yes, I've heard the name. I've heard the name, but I mean I don't frequent in those types of circles. They're definitely a family within the city.
Any ideas whereabouts?
If I don't know. They have a villa somewhere in the north. I think I don't really know.
Cheers, thank you. And I reach into my bag and I pull out a lemon and I throw it at him. I'm walking.
He sort of looks at this lemon and then just looks at you, just sort of marching away. Puts it in his pocket, turns around and continues his day.
Yeah, well, he was quite useless, but they've got a villa or something in the North Ward. Maybe we just head that way.
Sildar may well know, I suppose. Or Rainier. Rainier in particular is used to moving in higher circles, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're probably quite capable. If we get to the North Ward, we can probably.
Yeah. What would be the goal there? Go and take on the leader, or just try and figure out what's going on? I mean, they've potentially got that stone that was sent for us, haven't they? I imagine the leader probably. It seems like that was quite important. I imagine the leader's keeping it pretty close.
Yeah, well, that's it. Have we got one half of a sending stone?
So we got a pair of sending stones, but this is a suggestion that the stone that was sent for us was something different.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I think it's just worth going. We know that the leader's there at the moment. At the very least, maybe we can get eyes on people coming and going the villa, and maybe this leader of the Zentarum, doesn't walk around wearing black robes. Maybe he's a little bit more prominent. Whether we like it or not, a part of this grand game, and things seem to be moving pretty, moving all the time. I don't think we can afford to just keep going back and waiting day after day. We've got this party coming up in a few days, and probably worth getting all the information we can get while we can get it.
How far are we away from the North Ward?
You're in the sort of the southern end of it now. You just sort of, like I said, you're just crossing over between that trade ward and the North Ward.
Is there anywhere that looks particularly, like there would be some fancy areas, or is it still tradey, or could we get a general direction? From what we can see.
I mean, I've got the city map set up. If you want an idea of where and what things look like, I can put that on the screen.
Yeah, why not? In for a penny.
Do we want a reminder of who has what sending stones now that we have 4?
If I remember rightly, I had one and Negan had a matching pair.
Yeah.
Yep. So I have sending stone 2, which goes to Negan's,
And then I've got Sending Stone 1. Because they were initially matching, but then they were split up when I first went into the Centaurian hideout. I took one from
Right, then
Negan and Isla
then
kept the other.
mine must be yours, and then Tavis and Thorin and Negan must have the other set then. Just trying to find my my notes on which one I've got.
Just his information that we thought we knew about the stone that was sent for us. I can't remember where we learned this, but in my notes I've got written the Stone of Galore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's green jade, palm-sized, with a head on it with 3 eyes.
Yep.
So that's what we think might have been sent to us. We don't know that for certain, but that's what's missing rather than... Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's potentially the key to the vault.
So did you say we've got that, or that's what we?
That's what was intercepted.
That's what was.
So
intercepted, so that's what we're
Dalakar
after.
was bringing that to us.
Yeah.
We suspect the Zentarim have it. If we head up there and we're heading into another fight, which is possible, plausible, is that how's everyone doing fitness-wise for heading into battle?
I mean, I could do with a breather. If I'm being honest.
I mean, it's 2 o'clock. I mean, if you want to stop and grab a
Yeah, I'm not.
grab a
Right,
quick
right,
lunch and
actually.
grab some cheese and bread or something, and maybe we can have a quick short rest, and then we can be on our way.
You
Sounds
you
good.
guys with all the magic, you okay that in that regard?
Don't know, to be fair. Yeah.
I'll feel better after a breather.
So we've earned a little drink and a little snack.
Definitely a little drink.
Okay, so I'll give you a sort of because I can't really change the height of the camera, but I'll give you a brief overview of where you're at. So the north ward is this sort of area here where and that's where obviously Troll Skull is. You've got the sea ward, which is over this side, and that there is where like Rimple is based. You've got the field ward, which is at the top. This is where Tavis and Isla had the encounter with the were-rats.
Where Tavis died.
Yeah, where Tavis died. You've got the castle ward, which is this one, this sort of portion here. This is where all the sort of major sort of government buildings are, and the awning portals in that area. This bit here, a small part here, is the City of the Dead. So that's where you've just been in there. Down here is the Trade Ward. So the Trade Ward itself is where you had the the wagon race. That's where you picked up the crown of Atalanta, things like that. You've got the Dock Ward, which is down there. That's where you went and found the ships with Zardoz Zord down there, and then down here in the southern ward down there, in there for those that were here at the start is where the Copper District is, which is where Bram Blackwood unleashed the plague on the city.
Well, why don't we go to the North Ward, see if we can find this chap's villa, and maybe get like a lunch to go as we're passing through the merchants now, and then we'll just sit, inconspicuously, eat some lunch and rest up, and see what we can see.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a
Bit
plan.
of a stakeout.
Maybe get some jelly donuts.
Jelly donuts.
It's a thing, right? Eating donuts and staking out.
Stakeout, yeah. I mean, it was good enough they made 2 movies.
So if everyone's happy with that, then let's go do that.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we like go stomping off to the North Ward, but if we see like a merchant selling any, cooked meats or donuts, grab some grub on the way, and then just make some general inquiries to see if we can locate this.
Growlhund Villa.
Yeah.
Could you see me there? Because I can't see both screens at once. Could you see me moving the map that I've put up, the digital map? Could you see as I was moving it?
Yeah.
So just to give you guys an idea, this area here, where you've got this Seradoon Street, just south of that, you've got like a small sort of cul-de-sac thing. That is where Troll Skull is on the map. So you can see that the bottom in this area here. Hang on. The bottom area here where it's all walled off. That's actually the north end of the City of Dead. You can sort of see where the map is two colours. It's sort of split here. So you can see that the more colourful side, the northern side, is obviously the north ward, and then where it's not as coloured in, that's the trade ward there. So you're just sort of crossing now where this wall is.
Okay.
Samarin Street, currently where you guys are. So just to give you guys an idea.
So just look around the party, Daryl. Look around at each of my associates and myself. Do we look presentable? We've just been in a bit of a scrap, are we? Because the North Ward's the posh bit, right? Are we getting away with walking in here?
Yeah, the North Ward. Yeah, the North Ward it is a bit more upmarket, but the Trade Ward isn't too shabby either. There's a lot of money in the Trade Ward. However, this time of day you will tend to see all sorts. Adventurers such as yourselves are frequent in this city, and it is a city, it is metropolitan. So, just as if you wore a mankini on the underground in London, you won't get sniffed at. It's pretty much probably the same as.
I can contest to that. I've done that. Joking, I've never done that.
You have. You have.
Well, I have seen someone do it.
Yeah.
No
one looked. So it's very much the same sort of thing, really. Even the main point of interest will definitely be Negan.
Well, should we just go via Troll Skull then?
Also, I'd feel a little bit more comfortable if maybe we didn't make a beeline for Troll Skull just in case anyone's on our tail. Can I see if anyone's following us or been following us or anything from the event?
Roll perception.
I will certainly try. 17.
17. It's busy, but from what you can look, just continue sort of looking over your shoulder. You don't see anyone. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean we can. I mean maybe
Yeah,
if you want to.
I agree. I don't think we should go back to Troll Skull either. I don't think I should, certainly.
I mean, Thorin, if you wanna swing by Troll School, maybe grab some food to go, and we'll meet you on a street. And I'll say a street that I would know. That's probably a couple of streets further north or something like that.
I was just thinking we could ask someone at the Troll Skull if they know where it is.
Well, yeah, you could do it. I just don't think it's the sensible option just to make be in a big fight.
Yeah.
After potentially being followed and making a beeline, for our home.
Yeah. Okey-doke.
But I'm all for I think you've got the charisma and the ability to potentially disappear and get back there. So by all means go back, but I just don't think it's the best idea for all of us to go back at this moment in time.
Might as well stick together. We'll find it either way.
Yeah, we'll make our way north and see if we can go about this villa whilst trying to obtain some street food.
Okay. Street food is not a problem, and as you're branding through, you find all sorts of manners of shops, taverns, stalls. Food is quite easy to come by, as you're on the go. And we'll just say for the sake of it, you manage to. It would only be coppers anyway. Spend coppers in terms of getting food. Searching the North Ward, obviously that's going to be a little bit more tricky. So, what's the plan?
I would just see if I can find, if there's any guards. Personally, I would just ask them to kind of generally point us in the right direction, under the guise of we're business owners. We've heard that there's families in the North Ward, businessmen, looking to maybe try and irk some type of deal out.
You come across two City Watch in the street. You know from their yellow and green doublets that are over their leather armour. One is well over 6 foot, with a sort of a big dark black beard, and the other one is just a little bit shorter, sort of more fair-haired and no beard. Just make a persuasion check based on your cover story.
That is pretty freaking good. 24.
Okay.
That's 19.
I mean, I would say let's just have a. So give me. So he sort of looks at you and he says, "Can I help?" I just want to role play this out because of what I've just rolled.
Fair enough. Matt, can you just give me the name of the people again? My memory is terrible, and I've lost my pencil.
The Growlhunds is the family.
Growlhunds, sir. And so
Yeah, Growlhund it is like a
Growlhund.
hound. Yeah, Growlhund.
I will make a note of that. And I just say, yes, good day. I'm just wondering if you can help me. I'm looking for the family Growlhund. We've recently acquired a business in the North Ward, and I'm looking to make some business acquaintances. We've heard they're a relatively reputable family, and I'm seeking to possibly do some business with them. And I heard they're in the North Ward, and I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of the residence, please.
I'm not really in the habit of giving out information just to people off the street. Given the whereabouts of a noble's house is quite unbecoming of the City Watch. I mean, with no means of you providing me with any type of evidence at all. Unless you have evidence. Do you have papers? Can you tell me what this business is?
I'm pretty sure that we've got the deeds of Troll Skull on us. I say, yeah, with the new owners of Trollskull Tavern. Or we're looking to make it into a tavern anyway. Also in the Northwood, not too far down the road. And I get the deed and show them the deeds to the residents. And just say, yeah, we're looking to make business partnerships, with people in this area.
Okay. And he sort of nods at his. His partner. Yeah, the House Growlhund, they have a villa in the Northwood. I can give you their address, but I wouldn't be in the habit of just knocking on the door of a noble and introducing yourself. There are certain channels that you must go through in this city. I'm sure you're well aware of that.
Yeah, definitely aware of the channels. So a bit of a rule break, and I want to get things done quickly if I can. Bit of a cheeky chappy. You don't ask, you don't get, do you? Just kind of have a bit of a laugh, awkwardly.
There's a street north of here called Horn Street. You'll find that they've got a villa there.
No, thank you very much. I do appreciate your help. And I'll take on board what you said about the channels. And I'm not asking for random information in the streets, but I do appreciate your help with this matter.
I mean, you look like you're from out of town, but the laws are quite strict, and they are there to provide protection for the noble houses of this city.
Yeah, to say that I've never been in a city of any size really is it's fair to say the least. So yeah, it's definitely taken a bit of getting used to be honest with you. But hopefully I'll get used to your customs.
And with that, he just he nods and he starts to walk away.
Okay, and I'll head off towards Horn Street. You say, well, that was pretty fucking awkward.
Yeah, but you got what we needed, and we didn't make any enemies.
No. Can I just have a quick glance over my shoulder and see if that guard's looking back in any suspicious manner or following us or anything?
No, you can sort of see that they've made their way over to a merchant's cart, and you sort of see that they're asking questions of the merchant, sort of checking over the cart itself. They've quickly moved on to another topic of interest. But just in that, they rolled it was a natural 20 on the insight.
Oh. Wow. That is interesting. It kind of wasn't lying.
No, and with the additional proof is obviously why you managed to gain that information.
Sweet. Yeah, can we head towards Horn Street then and just kind of give a bit of a scope, see if we can locate this residence?
Yeah, I mean, you start to head north, and I assume you're asking various people.
Yeah,
just roll a.
People.
Just roll an investigation check for me. 12. So it does take some time to find where you're going, and in the end you settle for stopping a carriage and a driver and asking them where it is. And to be fair, not that you know your area, the ins and outs, but actually Horn Street is just one street up from where you reside in Trollskull.
We spend like a couple of hours walking around and end up right where we live.
Right next door.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh look, next door.
Let's not go straight home. Let's go one road over.
So the road itself actually runs from southeast to northwest, so it's got a slight angle to it. So,
Oh yeah, so it's literally fucking one road up. Hardly awkward. So whereabouts on Horn Street are we at the moment? And have we able to locate the villa?
Horn Street, obviously, you can. It's a fairly straight road. You can sort of see from one end to the other. As you're walking up and down, you can see there's lots of scattered buildings, but you get this building. I'm going to put it in sort of the centre of the screen. You get that sort of building with the grasslands and the trees that run around it, which you can only see the top of. What you see is this building that is surrounded by a 20-foot high wall all the way around it. You can see that from where you are that there are the roofs of what look like one-story buildings just ever so slightly poking up above the wall, and then you can see that there's one portion of this villa that has a second story. However, from the trees, from where you are, you can sort of see it is quite green in there in terms of it does look like it's got a garden of sorts. But yeah, you have a walk around, and in terms of villas, this is the only thing that really seems to fit the bill.
Gates. Or any what number of openings to the wall?
For that, you'd have to
lot.
walk it and investigate it. For what you can see from where you are on Horn Street, you can see that there is there's a large gate, as in door, built into that wall. It's wrought iron, so you can sort of see into it. You just sort of see that there's a large tree grass area that's in front of the villa itself. That's the obvious stuff that you can see.
Well, fellas, this looks like a lovely little spot for an afternoon bite. If you fancy having some lunch.
Yeah, I think me and Negan should just go around the corner.
Okay.
Just in case Blackwood's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he won't.
So
he won't recognise me.
in terms of
but
the
he'll
map,
certainly
will you?
recognise you.
Trying to say.
Well, he's never met me, so that'd be really interesting if he recognised me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that then.
I think we just head into the cul-de-sac across the road from it, and just chill out there.
Okay.
Tavis, do you want to swap sending stones?
What?
Yes, because you and Negan have got the pair.
Yeah, so I'll swap with you, and then I can contact Isla, and you can contact
Okay.
Negan.
Yeah. So I now have sending stone number 2.
Yeah, and I have 1.
Just mute your mic for us, Shay, please. Yes. Sorry, mate. So I'm assuming you're going into this Selvin Street, is it?
I was thinking the one just above where it says way. Something way.
Okay. Yep.
Just heading up that way.
I would want to where that grassy, garden area is. Is that all inside the walls, or is any of that like outside of the?
Yeah. So where you can see that there's a line that goes from sort of the villa building across to the next building. That is where the wall is. So that whole area is of grass and trees is within the wall. Being on Horn Street, what you can see is like I said, is the door, and then you can sort of see that the tree then, the other side.
I just want to chill out, kind of opposite the gate, leaning against a wall, chowing down on me, whatever, chicken kebab, whatever it bought, and just take a little rest, keeping an eye on the gate and eating food if I can. Half an hour or something like that, just to see any comings and goings.
Yeah, same.
And can we class that as a short rest?
Have to sit and wait for an hour, don't we?
Yeah, I'll let that. Yeah, I'll let you have that as a rest.
But so even if we do, do just sit there for an hour. I'm gonna roll some hit dice.
Do we need to roll hit dice, or can we take the average? How does that work?
Roll hit
No,
dice.
you roll them. So you roll what's in your pool. So
Yeah. You don't have to roll all of them, do you?
No.
What, you just roll one of them?
No, so you get in your hit dice section, you'll have a total number of hit dice. So it should be one per your level, and then depending on what class you are, you could have like 1d8s or 1d10s.
I rolled a 1 on my hit dice.
That is bad. So, for example, I've used 2 hit dice and I've got myself back up to maximum hit points.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I rolled 2 2s and an 8 from my d8.
I rolled a
But we're
1 and an 8.
We're back up.
But I've got my spell slots back. Main thing.
Oh, that's nice. See, I don't get anything back. Spells a lot more.
Right, should we... Negan, should we just sit here and chill for a bit and keep an eye on that house?
Do we see anything?
You as I can roll a perception check for obviously where you are hanging around that gate.
18 plus 24.
24. Okay, so from what you can see, just having a mooch around the other side of the tree, you can see what looks like the front of the villa. You can sort of see that there is a door which is over on the right hand side as you sort of see that wall. That's on the ground floor. On the first floor, then above that, you can see that there is a wide and quite sort of long balcony.
But you're having in the
Again,
morning,
with the wrought iron that goes,
Didn't
that
have one at
goes
your
across.
mum's? Are you sure? Yeah, I'll pay them, mate. I will.
I didn't tell them when I went to the hospital.
You can sort of see that there is this balcony. As you're watching, you can see that people do move out, what look like guards. You can't quite see the livery through the tree. You can sort of see there's a shape that walks along it, and then looks like there's a little bit of a pattern. It's not long then before you see the same livery in and around the garden itself, but again, not coming too close to the gate, and just sort of keeping a bit of a perimeter. You can see that this villa is in a bit of an L shape. That there is a second building next to it which is a single-story building, and then there is a what looks like, from your point of view, another building which is over off to the left. But you can only just make that out from where you are.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna-
just to give you an idea of what then you can see. So just going off the map, you can make out there that there is the perimeter of the villa. Like I said, you've got this L-shaped building which is 2-story. You've got another building which is next to it, like adjoined to it, which is a single story, and then directly sort of south from that, you can see that there's a small building which is adjoined to the next building. That building is what you can just make out from the gate from where you're at, but that's because you roll quite a high perception.
With the liveries, could I make a colour out?
You can see that there's yellows and there is reds in the livery. It's sort of split in two. There is something on the breast itself, but you can't make out what the symbol is.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean on Isla and say, I'll send up Saw for a closer look. Try not to slip and punch me in the bollocks again.
I'll look at him and just say, no promises.
And I'll go into Saw's form and send Saw up, Saw's perception, send Saw up for like a bit of a one lap of the perimeter of the building and a bit of a closer look. Want to see if there's any other entrances or exits, in particular to the wall, and then just general look around.
Okay. Yeah, you take flight. Like I said, you can see the 2-story L-shaped building. The building that's next to it, that's a single story. You can see that at the back of that, between the building that's not adjoined to them, you can see that the wall continues all the way round. You can make out that there are a few guards within the compound itself. You can see that on the balcony there is a guard that walks out. Yeah, you can see that the wall continues around the back as well. Yeah,
No,
that's
then-
what you can see from a bird's eye view.
Okay, and if I flew like lower to the ground but around the outskirts.
Yeah, you can see that the building. It's hard to really sort of describe. One sec. Let's do it.
Are you looking for
Detailed as
anything
that.
specific?
Mainly second entrances or exits, access points.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see that I've put. Oh yeah. So what you can see from this building. So this building is, if I draw a line there. So doesn't
Yeah,
work
I know
like that, does
what
it? So
I know what you're saying.
so this building here, which is slightly away, you can sort of see that on the roadside. You can see that there is a large double doors on the roadside itself. The wall continues from the L-shaped building down to the building that I've got circled there or squared there.
Yeah.
You can see that the wall of the building that's squared, you can sort of see that the actual perimeter wall is set back along that wall for about 10 foot, so it sticks out, if you like, from the actual wall.
Yeah.
From the building that you can see, the L-shaped building, that's about 5 foot that it's set back. In that 5 foot gap between the wall and where that building is, forming a corner, you can also see that there's a single door there. But as you fly around, you can see that there's a couple of windows on the first floor. On the first floor. Other than those two and the gate at the front, you can't see any other means of getting inside. So
Okay.
the other door would be like there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll come back and pop back awake and relay that to Ulfgar and Isla.
Okay.
So it's like, what, 3 or 4 in the afternoon?
I would say probably about 4 o'clock.
What's the play here, guys? We want to try and get in? We know these guys are doing business with Zentarim, who have clearly got it in for us. In for me.
If
And that's potentially they've got the stone.
if what happened earlier hadn't happened, then I'd say let's go for it. But I'm not so sure. Maybe we should wait for a bit. What do you think?
I don't know. I think the Zents. We've obviously ruffled some feathers with the Zents. Tavis has found out some information about the Growlhunds. That their leader was here at some point today. And I think that's information that they didn't want to get out and to be common knowledge. You know, if they find out that someone knows about this information, you know, are we going to lose our opportunity of getting whatever information is in that building? You know, it's 2 roads away from, you know, from where we're living. It's 2 roads away from, you know, where this stone got stolen. Like it's the perfect location to keep it because it's not too far to make a play, and it's not too far to get back and, you know, make it a safe house. My only concern is, are we getting there within the realms of the law? Because this family's clearly of noble stature. You know, so even if they are in league with the Zents or are communicating with the Zents, they've certainly got a level of protection.
Guys, down in the tomb, they actually said that Floxin was staying here.
Okay. And Floxen was the leader of the Zents, yeah?
Yeah, stole Floxin.
Okay.
And their feeling, I'm not sure who exactly they thought had betrayed who, but their feeling was that the Growlhunds had possibly betrayed them. I heard that afterwards when they didn't know. They didn't know I was talking to them about that. The Growlhunds had possibly betrayed them, but then Floxin had also said that they should only use the usual crew. And then they said, I overheard that them saying that they've got to find Blackwood.
Who have the Zents?
Yeah, I was overhearing snippets of a conversation, including all those separate pieces of information. The Growlhunds have betrayed us. They told me straight up that Floxin was staying at the Growlhunds, but then I overheard them saying that the Growlhunds have betrayed us. It was supposed to be only the usual crew, and they've got to find Blackwood.
So if the Zents stole the stone and brought it back here, maybe the Growlhunds have taken that stone for themselves,
Leveraged it. Yeah.
and that's the betrayal.
fits. We
Well,
could
so at
do-
this point, by the way, we'd have gone to like with Thorin and Negan as well. I don't know what do you think? If there's tensions between the Zents and the Growlhunds, do you reckon there's any way to maybe instigate something? Like Tavis,
Easy
maybe
to
could you maybe try and instigate something if the Zents are in there, if there's a way to make them kick off at each other if tensions are high in the betrayal, maybe we can just kind of let them take each other out and pick up the pieces afterwards. I don't see how like a full front assault or sneaking in will get us to where we want to get to.
Yeah, I suppose ultimately, what's our goal? Trying to get our hands on this stone. It's
The best idea we've got.
heading our way.
Yeah, I have another idea. How would we go about executing that idea?
I mean, Tavish could go in and say that he's overheard a conversation, and basically tell the Growlhunds that they're not safe anymore, and that we're offering to help protect them.
That's not bad. Like Tavis is defecting from the Zentarum, and maybe he's giving them the information in exchange for like protection, security. Well, I mean, it's a pretty big stretch.
And the risk is that the Zentarum leader of Waterdeep is sat in there with them, and I mean, if he's happily showing his Zentarum mark and wearing his black cloaks, I might be able to pick him out, but I don't know what he looks like.
Where are you all having this conversation?
In the alley where Negan and Thorin went.
So, Aisley, you've moved away from the gate, yeah?
I'd want to so just my understanding from what I'm gathering, the gate's on the northwestern wall, yeah.
Yeah. So the gate
The main
is
gate, not
is here.
Yeah. So if you go up and left on the head up, take your yeah. So I would probably say we're about there, but
Yep.
I'd still have angle and eyes on, that gate like on that angle. Yeah.
Yep.
That's where I'd want to position myself.
Okay. So just for clarity, then, that's the tree that's in front of the gate, and that's where the balcony would be. And
Okay.
this is a single-story building, whereas all of this is two-story. That's
Yeah.
a single story as well.
Okay.
And the can you see me cursor? Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
can
can
see
see
it.
it.
Yeah. So the wall stretches along here, goes along here, and then comes along there as well. So it's just one enclosed area.
Are the houses next door taller than the wall, or is the wall the tallest thing around?
They are single-story buildings. It would be these ones here that would be slightly larger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe these ones here.
What about the flippity flop of trying to get in from underneath? We've got into buildings through the sewers before.
Yeah, it's an option if we're going for a more sneaky route.
Oh, it's one of the, I don't see how there's a sneaky route. There's either.
They've guards all over it, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean we've got the option of sending Tavis in, and maybe trying to be go piecemeal or peacekeeper, and exchange information, protection. Alternatively, we could put ourselves at risk and maybe go and get some black cloaks, and try and instigate some. If the leader of the Zentarum's in that building and he's staying there, it's highly unlikely that he's going to be staying alone. Like he's not going to
stay without some of his crew.
Yeah, and especially if he's talking about the usual crew, you'd imagine he'd have his closest, conspirators in there. What about coming up here as Zentarum and maybe like doing a bit of a drive-by and trying to instigate a battle inside the house if the Growlhunds see that they've been attacked by Zentarum. Maybe it could kick things off, especially if there's some tension there with a betrayal. I don't know.
Do we stay? We know that Floxen's supposed to be leaving.
Yeah, he's supposed to be back at the City of Dead tomorrow. That's when they told me I could come past for work. They said he'd be back.
So do we just stake out the place and wait for him to leave, and then go in and speak to the Growlhunds?
Seems
Possibly,
like
but
an option.
depends who's betrayed who, though. Maybe which is the lesser of two evils. Are any of these buildings a tavern, by the way, that are in and around Selwyn Street or anything like that? Is there anywhere that we maybe give to go and?
You're going to have to give me a minute on that one, afraid. But feel free
No.
to continue to discuss what you're discussing.
I'm thinking about how the Zentarum are likely to work. I
You'd be the man
imagine
that knows.
there's a decent chance that Floxin has been the one who's given the order for them to attack me.
The thing about it is, would the Zentarum be bold enough just to wander the streets?
Just give me a second.
Yeah, would the Zentarum be bold enough to wander the streets, or do you reckon they've got alternative methods of getting out? They've got adjoining buildings to different parts here, potentially,
Secret entrances and stuff.
Yeah.
I think knowing them, they definitely have passageways and back doors and.
We've seen that before.
Okay, I've got a thing I'm going to ask Daryl in a minute when he's found out about taverns. Yeah.
I mean, didn't you say that there was a building in the corner of the property, like right next to the wall?
Yeah, there's that with another door in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this. You got this one here. That's where you could see the large double doors. The
Yeah.
large double doors were there.
And that house is adjoined to the next one.
It's a single-story building. It is adjoined, but the wall does continue right round. It is enclosed within that wall as well. Although they are touching, the wall continues here. No, what you can see is a lot of villas, particularly on this street that you're on.
Tavis, where did we get the description of this stone from?
It was Rainier.
Rainier gave us the description.
Yeah. He was talking about Dalakar.
In this area, let me get my bearings right. In this area here is where half of the group went to the Maiden's Tears.
Mm-hmm.
This is where they got the bag of holding and fought the Shadow Demon. And then over here, obviously, is
Troll Skull.
Troll Skull.
I mean, it's one of those. We can either stake the place out, and maybe tomorrow I can potentially try and locate this object for us,
but it may not work, and we may just be stuck in the same place as what we are now. Or we can try and instigate stuff and get things kicked off.
We don't even know if it is that stone,
No.
because Renier also said that it's rumoured that Xanathar's got hold of it.
So can I take another fly around with Saw, Daryl, and I'm looking specifically to see if I can see any markings, signs, or symbols that would show up in Thieves' Cant that would show me simple information about this area, this property.
Okay. Yeah, you can. You can roll a perception check, and then you have to do that with rolling your percentile for shiny things.
Which side
Yeah.
of that triangle is the tavern on the Misty's Tears? Was it Maiden's Tears?
Bottom.
The Maiden's
Oh,
Tears
fine,
is in this. In
Yes.
this one here.
So which building is it? Do we know?
It would be this one.
Okay.
So I've got 36 percentile on the percentile dice, and 12 for my perception.
What was the
25%.
Is it 25%? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you passed that, and the perception check was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot to go on, especially with Thieves' Cant and with just doing sort of flybys. You don't really you don't see anything from that would give anything like that away. From what you can see, just based on just obviously just having a look, is that this just seems to be a more high-end villa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any sewer entrances that I can see?
From where you are, which is still up here, the only
Yeah,
entrance that you can see is
I
the
wanna-
is the
I wanna-
gate.
That's fine. I wanna take a walk down Horn Street to Lion Street.
Yep.
Get to the end of there, take a right, and then walk.
Yep.
Basically, want to do a full perimeter.
You're going
walk.
into there, are you? Or you're going to go down? You're going to go down to here? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
I'll go down Lion Street. If I can take a walk up that little path in between the buildings up to that tree and just have a little general mooch and see what's there, I will do.
Yeah. So you come to. I mean, this is like quite a well kept area, but again, it's residential. And at the end of this area here, you see that the wall has continued across that path, continuing to walk.
So it's just a wall.
It is just it's all wall there. Yeah.
Anyone about?
Roll perception.
21.
You can see that in amongst these houses there are sort of small balconies, just sort of like French doors, if you like, with I don't know what you call it, like wrought iron on there, and you can sort of see that it is populated. There are people that sort of move past, and you can sort of catch people in the windows in the area, but no one's in the street. The area itself is really quiet. So it's not a deserted area by any stretch, but there's no one in amongst the street.
Can I walk up to the wall and pretend to take a whittle and just have a look at that wall in the area and just see if there's anything, any different coloured stones, any movement of the ground being moved to one side or footprints going in and out or anything like that?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Oh, I'm not very good at investigating things. 17.
17, not that you can tell. The wall looks quite consistent in terms of brick colour. You have a bit of a nudge and a bit of a push up to your height. Nothing moves. Nothing seems to creak or seem false. Yeah,
Cool.
it all seems pretty secure.
Okay, and then I'll wander back to Lion Street and down Doon Street, and I'll just be looking for sewer entrances and exits on all of them as I've done a full perimeter.
Yeah, okay. Roll a perception check.
16.
16. In this area, you can see that there's a large double door.
Mhm.
It looks very. You've seen these types of doors before, and judging by the marks in the street, the ruts in the street in this area, you can sort of see that this would be somewhere where like a coach house, if you like, especially with it being detached from the building.
Mhm.
You can see that there's a wall that then goes across here, and then you have one door just on this corner, which should be about there.
Okay.
So you have one door there, which is the double door, and then you have a single door there.
Okay. I go back to the party and just let them know what I've seen. And is it worth seeing how they react to, a noise going off? Like, see if they're on edge or anything like that.
Keeping an eye on the guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I walked around, I don't know if I can do this respectively. Did I notice, say on Doon Street, any windows or any window shutters, door shutters that seem to be on there?
You can see that there are on the ground level itself. You can't really see that there are any windows, and you get the feeling that this is more of a security aspect. The only window you can see is on the ground floor. Is there just on that edge, and even then, it's not like it's sort of got like iron railings that go around it. It's quite built up. The floor above does have windows that go along this side and the back side, and it also has the same window with the same wrought iron directly above on the story above.
So has anyone got any ideas, or is anyone quite happy for me to have a little play and see if I can poke the hornet's nest?
I think you should do it.
Or we could do that, or we could just get Negan to knock on the front door.
Definitely an alternative. I just want to kind of see what the reaction is to something unexpected.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Oh, I'll try one thing and then we'll go for the whole Negan thing. So I go back to Doon Street, to the door that's just on the corner. I stand on the opposite side of the road, like on that T junction, so it'll be like technically just below the A. Would I be within 30 feet of the door?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so I just want to kind of lean back casually against the wall, and then just vocally, under my breath, cast Thaumaturgy and see if I can cause the door to fly open. As I can instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. I just want to kind of give it a go on doors, windows, all things, just to see what happens. But I want to try the door, see if the door flies open.
Mm-hmm.
If it's unlocked.
Yeah, you try it, but the door doesn't budge.
Okay. Cool. Okay, door's locked. I'll walk back. As I do so, I just want to cast it again, but just make the whole ground vibrate in the building. Cause some tremors.
Okay.
Lasts for a minute just to see what the reaction is.
Okay, so at this point, where's everyone else and what you're all looking for?
Waiting up that street where it said way, didn't we? Kind of.
Yeah, I'm still on
a bit
Pony
out of the
Way.
way. I'll lean on Thorin and send Saw up when Isla walked off, just to keep an eye from a higher perspective to see. I'll probably specifically see if I can keep an eye out for the guards and possibly see count how many there are.
Okay. How far does the spread? How strong is it, do you know?
Not very strong. All it says is you can cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
Okay.
Just as on a point up to 30 feet away, but it doesn't really give like a range or like a radius on the vibrations. I imagine it'd be like quite mild, but I'd hope that I can cast the spell multiple times and have 3 effects going at the same time, so I could do it in 3 different points to make it, kind of cover. I'd be looking to cover like the building, so one right in the middle of it, one
Yep.
where the buildings are joined, and then
Yep.
one at the top of the out. Something like that, just to kind of get the whole, get the glasses shaking, get the chandeliers rocking.
So if we actually said that maybe these 3 corners, so one there, maybe one there, and then one over here.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So with
It's not
that
gonna-
then,
Not going to cause damage, but it's just gonna.
Be unusual.
so where are we positioning Saw? Where's Saw going to be?
That would be the best place.
Could put him in the
Head
tree.
over around the trees, yeah. Around the tree that's in the grounds, looking at the main house of the L-shaped building where I saw the guards before. Did see some guards, right?
Yeah. So this tree is situated right in the eye view of the gate and the balcony.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's nothing too suspicious.
Yeah. I've
And
got other.
were the
other
guards
trees.
wandering the grounds on ground floor, or were they wandering some sort of balcony?
You were picking up from what Isla could see, he was picking up 2, one in the grounds and one on the balcony. I'll have lemonade, please. Yeah, so you have got that tree there, and he could see that there was a guard in the courtyard. But they were sort of moving around. They were sort of doing.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just perch in there and wait to see what I see in terms of their response.
Okay, so you can see from where you are. Just roll a perception check for us, please.
It's not very good. It's 5.
Okay. Okay. Perching amongst the trees, which is really leafy, with it being summer, you start to feel that the floor begins to shake. There are 2 guards currently. One is on the balcony, which you can't really make out. You can see that the livery colours are a yellow and a red. You can see that there is what looks to be a round shape on the breastplate itself. Potentially almost like a face, but you can't quite make out the details. And you can sort of see that there is one patrolling on the path that goes through the well manicured garden. You start to feel that the tree shakes and hear that there is a rumble. With that, a 3rd guard or 2nd guard now on the balcony comes out. He looks at the 1st guard. They exchange a look. They also look down on the one on the ground, who sort of looks up and around. They hold on to the rail They're sort of checking up and around. The tremor subsides. A little bit wary. They just sort of look at each other and nod and give each other a bit of a strange look. The guard that came out onto the balcony makes his way back inside.
Did I see what they were carrying? Not a very good roll.
So look. Yeah, because you had quite a crap roll, really, didn't you?
The first time was alright when I flew around. I just didn't ask that question. Second one was 5.
Ducks do not have asked that question.
First one was
Yeah,
15.
no, it's hard to tell what they've got.
Cool.
So we'll get back and I go, well, it didn't seem like they had much reaction to the ground going on, which was me, by the way.
Good work. Yeah, fairly normal, what you'd expect. No specific hysteria or anything. Saw 3 of them in total though. 2 up on the balcony and 1 around the grounds. And they've got some sort of red and yellow livery with a round thing on the plates that they're wearing. Could have been a face, I couldn't see very well.
Well, was a round thing in your face, or?
No, like a round thing that could have been a face.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, guys? Do we want to attack this hornet's nest to make our way in? Come up with a plan to get them out?
I've got a little. This is by no means what you'd refer to as a full plan, but in terms of stirring up some trouble, kicking the hornet's nest or whatever, we've got this portable hole effectively full of bodies that Floxin will presumably know are part of his crew, with Zentarim bodies. We could potentially kind of fairly unceremoniously dump them outside this villa and somehow mark them as well with the sign of Xanathar's, in the hope of kind of kicking off a bit of a turf war kind of a situation.
That's a good idea.
Like, presumably I mean, we don't want to get caught doing that, so doing it under cover of darkness is probably a good plan. And then, I'm not sure, we just wait around and see what happens. Presumably we think Floxin's coming out of it at some point fairly soon, at least by tomorrow morning. Or the Crown's Guard might pick up on it, or any of these options could happen, or they could just come out and see it themselves.
No, we don't have to wait. We don't have to wait. We don't have to wait till it's dark. We can do it now.
Let's get him out.
Yeah.
Can I? Isla licks his finger and holds his finger up. Is it windy?
You are really close to sea, so there is a breeze. It's not a strong one, but you have got a bit of a breeze.
How many bodies have we got in there?
Would you say it's less than 10 miles an hour? Would I know
Yeah.
it's less than 10 miles an hour? Yeah.
Yeah.
Took all the bodies, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, we can literally, if we want to dump these bodies now, we can dump them now.
Dump them, Isla.
How?
And
I mean-
just before we do that, let's think about how we make the marks on them, or what we do about making the mark.
And how do we
It's quite.
How do we get away from here? Nobody sees us dropping the bodies outside.
Because I am gonna create a fog cloud.
I see.
Cool.
And then
Because the process for getting the bodies out is lay out the portable hole, grab them out of the hole, pull them out of the hole, and leave them around. And the other thing we want to do within that time is somehow either mark the bodies or the ground nearby with a sign that looks like Xanathar's.
right, so
we get the bodies out, we can mark them, Tavis.
Well, why don't we do it the backwards way? And a couple of us stay here, stand watch. I'm most artistic and, skillful with a dagger, and I shoot daggers at Tavis. I say, take that portable hole, find somewhere, get in there, cut the shirts off, draw the Eye of Xanathar into the chests of the bodies, then put them, do that in the portable hole where no one can see you doing it. Then I'll cast Fog Cloud. We can watch the street from both ends. Negan, you go with Tavis, who's got the portable hole. Take the bodies out, leave them, pack up the portable hole, and then you've got an entire up to an hour to get that shit sorted, provided no one comes out and inspects that. So realistically, you want to try and get in and out in 5 minutes.
Can
just
we
to stop?
Can we put living things in the portable hole and close it?
You can, but then if they choose, they can try and get out of it, and it's not too difficult to get out.
All right, okay.
And they will start to suffocate after 10 minutes.
Okay, so whoever's doing the cutting up's got 10 minutes to do it.
Yeah, I can probably manage that.
Well,
How many bodies?
So that's if we take the portable hole back. If the portable hole's just open, it's just a portable hole, isn't it? We can go into the portable hole. And
Yeah, you can jump in the cylindrical space. Yeah.
You can jump in space, and that's fine. So if the portable hole's open, the portable hole's open.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if people walk past and there's a portable hole open with bodies in it, and someone's in there carving holes.
Well, Negan, if I jump in there, you keep watch, and if anyone comes anywhere near, fold it up again.
I'm not going to lie to you, it might not be something that we want to do on the streets. I mean, if you two literally want to run back to Troll Skull for 10 minutes, it's literally 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah, behind closed doors.
Maybe just go to Troll Skull.
That's my shout.
Go to Troll Skull, draw the symbols into the body. Bring it back, have a little look whilst you're doing the portable hole to see how easy it is to get the bodies out. I mean, we've got the big man who's going to be able to,
So you're telling me what we're going to do is let the bodies hit the floor?
Yeah. And there's
we could have somebody on lookout, but the rest of us can all help pull the bodies out.
I look up at Tavis and kind of give him a look and just go, dude, like twice the size of me, yeah. And then I shoot Ulfgar a look as well and go, at least you're strong.
Okay, let's do that. Let's head back to Troll Skull, keeping an eye on our back, me and Negan, to make sure we've not been watched.
I mean, just be wary that by blaming the Xanathars, we could potentially align the Growlhunds and the Zents as opposed to making them attack each other.
They already are aligned. The leader of the Zents is staying there.
What?
Yeah,
but what it also does is makes it a bit more public, the link between the Growlhunds and the Zents. It's not something I imagine a noble family will want
on the doorstep.
That would make them very angry, I think.
Is Stirring got the bag of holes?
I've got the portable hole.
Okay, alright. Well, let's go do it.
Just before we set off, let's swap sending stones again. Right?
Just a quick question for you, Tavis.
Go on.
How big is the portable bag? Can Saw hold it? And is he able to open it? Because potentially, if that bag's only got bodies in it, we could literally make it rain.
So it needs to be put on a solid surface.
Okay, then don't listen to me.
Saw could carry it.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to do anything with it.
I don't think he'd be able to stretch it out.
I mean, the alternative is we could all get in it. Get the birds to drop it on a roof, and then hope one of us is strong enough to get out.
When you get out of it, if you're not, when you get out of it, when you're using a strength check when you're just trying to force your way out of it, you just appear within 5 feet of it, which I think is fairly random.
What do we stick to the original plan?
No.
Yeah.
I was just spitballing. Listen, go back to Troll Skull and let's see what we can make happen. What's the worst that can happen? The worst thing is that the Xanathars get blamed for killing a load of bodies.
Yeah, cool. So, who's got what sending stone? I've got number 2 now.
I've sending stone 1.
I have sending stone 1.
Okay, so Thorin and Negan swap sending stones so that we've got a 1 and a 2 with each.
Yep.
Separate party. Okay, so I want to make our way back to Troll Skull, just checking to make sure I don't think we're being followed.
Okay. Roll a perception.
And I just tell Ulfgar that he's too old to use technology like sending stones.
13.
I've got 30 of you.
13. You think you walk away without issue. You can't really see if there's anyone trailing you.
Okay.
Time wise, I would say with that discussion we were closer to 7 o'clock at night.
This could work out well then.
The night time is the right time. Okay, so head into Troll Skull, open the portable hole and start doing some nasty carving work.
Yeah, so you haven't got a long walk, and it doesn't take you that long. You know, literally a couple of minutes, and then you're back within Troll Skull. As you arrive, Frederick's in the tap room.
Hi, Frederick. Don't mind us. Just got a quick bit of business downstairs. We'll head down to the cellar to do it, I think.
Okay, so there's no light down in the cell. Obviously, it is dark down there.
Got a little sconcy. Got a little tin box and match, and just light a little sconce so I can see what I'm doing. And yeah, so we've got an open portable hole with bodies inside it.
So did everyone go back, or was it just you?
Just me and Negan.
Alright, okay.
Did we say we'd looted these or not?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Right. So all I'm trying to do is open the shirts and where the skin is, carve in as best I can the sign that I've seen before of Beholder.
Okay, so just make a, I would say, a performance, because this is a piece of artwork that you're trying to recreate. I won't go necessarily for medicine. I need your hacking.
Any sleight of hand helping?
I wouldn't have said so, no. I said it would have been more performance.
6.
Negan, you're not too impressed with the...
Big man, do you want to give us a hand? This is trickier than I thought.
Yeah. Can give you that.
So, Negan, you were down in the outpost yourself when you rescued Renee. You remember seeing that there was a circle with 8 equidistant spokes that were coming off it. You remember that being the sign that was on throughout the sewer leading you towards that outpost. That's the sign that you know of the Xanathar.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull out the dagger that I found body explosion. Start carving to one of them.
Just make a
I've removed my jacket as well at this point.
Can I use a help action to say, so I think it's a bit like this and a bit like this, and if you need any finesse to guide your hand so you don't slip.
Yeah, so make a performance with advantage.
Don't touch me.
Natural one. Natural one.
Ooh, 18.
Yeah, it looks like Peppa Pig.
Getting cut up.
No,
You roll
you
twice just in case you get a 20.
yeah, you got advantage on that.
Roll twice.
He did roll it twice.
Oh, did he? Cool.
Thought so.
Yeah, so you can see that there is now a bloody 8-spoked circle carved into the body.
Right, so I just pick that body up and then launch it to one side and then get to going. Did we work out how many there are in here?
6, wasn't it?
I think it was about
And the
6.
mage. And the mage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I just start doing that to the next one. Have we got a one?
No, once you get the first one down, you're away. Then you have a little production line going as Tavis is laying down one body and removing the next one.
Can I gonna wipe my knife? Tavis' coat jacket.
Do you do it overtly or covertly?
No, he's concentrating on what he's doing, and I'm just trying to be a little bit.
All right, so roll a stealth check. What's your passive perception?
2.
Really bad. It's 8.
14.
14. Could have been a slight hand check as well, actually, but we'll leave it as it is. Yeah. You wipe it on his cloak, and he's none the wiser.
And then I just carry on.
Could have a field day.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll carry on.
Doesn't take you very long to get through all the bodies.
Okay. So I just thought to Tavis and say, happy with these?
Yes, good work. Teamwork makes the dream work. We'll fold the thingy back up. And we've got the little portable hanky again. Let's head off back to the team.
Now to let the fog happen.
And the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you're back in the portable hole and leaving again, sort of waving to Frederick, and gives you a bit of a curious look. 5 minutes later, you're back round with the rest of the party.
Frederick thinks Negan and Tavis have got a weird little thing going on.
Dragon love.
Yeah. If we were in love.
Yeah, all he could hear was Tavis saying, "No, not there. Stick it there."
Yeah. Is that a tail?
Okay, yeah. So you meet up with the rest of the party.
Yeah, as
Who I imagine.
as they're coming back, I'm just like, I could also probably just make a hole in the wall. I got that new stone thingy that I can do. No, remember when I sunk into the floor?
Yeah.
I reckon I could probably figure that out and make a hole in the wall.
What, so we could just pass them through?
Oh, alright. Didn't see you guys, sorry. Yeah, well, not maybe pass them through. Pass us through.
We could get through.
Hole in
How-
the wall. Hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall, gang.
It's a different kind of gang.
I reckon.
Judas Priest gang.
I mean, I obviously haven't had much time to practice it yet, but
Give it a go.
there's always something
Ooh.
else that we could try.
So, maybe we do this. We see whatever commotion's caused. People come outside to check it out or to clean it up or whatever they do. And then you make a hole in the wall and we slip inside.
Hole in the wall. Hole in the wall.
Ash?
Is it a permanent hole? Does it stay like that?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to, if we've got to go through it, you've got to make it.
big?
It'll be as big as I can make it.
Well, don't be sizes.
That's what he said.
It's 5 foot.
Around. Work that out.
Isla's like, well, I can walk through that, so I'm golden.
Yeah, we can all fit through that space.
I don't even have to duck.
So that's
Check me out.
something we could do after
I am.
afterwards, and then when we think that there's less people here, we could sneak in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we wouldn't even touch the sides.
He said.
Story of Isla's life.
So, how long does the fog last?
I can make it last up to 1 hour.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it then. Bodies are prepped.
So I would say Tavis and Negan are probably the best to go in. Try and stealth. I'll cast Fog Cloud on you. Then drop the bodies and then try and sneak back out. And then I can dispel it, see what happens.
Front gates.
Ulfgar, could you go to the other side of the building and act like a drunken old man and make as much noise as possible as you stumble down the streets?
That's my speciality.
Yeah, well, I knew you're the man for the job, but
Have you got any ale though? That's the question.
Why is the rum gone?
Why is the room gone?
Why's the ale gone? I'm sure I'll be able to find some. Right. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
He found ale on the web.
Siri did it.
Yeah. Hey Siri.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no problem.
I mean, you've got none on you, or that's not like you.
I can usually act pretty drunk, so I'll do it without the ale. Fine. Had lots of practice.
Yeah, nice and loud, and then hopefully it'll just make a bit of a distraction, like like a cat.
Shall I? Yeah. Do you want me to? Is there a particular time you want me to do that, or shall I just go around and start doing it now?
I kind of look at Negan and Tavis and go, "Are we good to go?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're good on our end.
So I'll say to Ulfgar, if you go and stand at the like on the corner of State Street and Pony Way, and then Negan and Tavis, you make your way down Horn Street, like stealth your way down, and then as you get down there, pull your cloaks up, and I'll cast Fog Cloud on top of you, and then get to work. And
Wait.
then I'll tell Ulfgar, like just before I cast it, I'll tell Ulfgar to start making like a lot of noise. I'll use the international secret sign.
Just fucking Muppets going mental.
Durka, Muhammad Jihad. Oh.
Ali Akbar!
Yeah, sweet. Make my way around there, and wait for the sign.
So, what we're saying Ulfgar's there somewhere.
Ulfgar's gonna no, because that's in front of the main gate, isn't it?
So where do you want Ulfgar to be?
Other side, so on Serdun Street. Yeah, just being loud as fuck. Banging on doors, like I say to Ulfgar, bang on the door, stumble into the thing, just throw a stone at the window, just be a little bit, maybe not a stone at the window, don't damage anything, but just be loud and bang into the door and stuff like that. And
The only thing I damage is my dignity.
just like bang on the door, have a piss in the doorway, just make yourself maybe a little bit of a menace. I can't remember if that's against the law, but it's only Ulfgar.
So Ulfgar just becomes Barney from The Simpsons.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You can be the fall guy.
And,
Keeps me out of trouble.
and Thorin, we are getting away scot-free. Scot-free.
I like the way you plan.
Yes. Right. Are we ready?
Yeah, nothing could go wrong.
Okay, so just so I'm aware then, so Ulfgar is where that box is. That's fine. Where's
Yes.
the rest of the party going to be?
I'm going to be on Pony Way and Horn Street corner, within 120 feet of the front gate. Yeah.
So you're more like there, aren't you?
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, anywhere around there, but whatever's 120 feet away-ish.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm chilling with this.
Negan. Yeah, Thorin's with me. Negan and Tavis are gonna stealth as best as possible down the road. We'll give it a good dose of looking at, and
Thorin starts making a scene. Yeah.
make sure that there's nobody coming up and down Horn Street, because obviously a random fucking fog cloud is about to appear.
Yeah.
And a big hole in the thing. Thorin, maybe thinking about it. If you go to Selrin Street on the other side, like go the long way, go to Selrin Street, and then if anyone comes the other way, maybe you can just shoo them off, and I'll do the same at this end so that no one walks into a portable hole.
I mean,
Yeah, good plan.
it sounds less funny. But all right.
Yeah, but the last thing, is I quite like Negan, so I don't really want him getting caught with a bunch of dead bodies.
Yeah, alright. I'll walk off.
I wink at Tavis. And then flip him off. In a nice way. Ish.
Conflicted.
Yeah, so I'm gonna zigzag my way through that housing estate and chill on the corner of
Islam loves to hate.
Sarin Street and Horn Street. Sailing.
Yeah. No, sorry.
right.
So you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Just before we all
Yeah.
split up, where are we rendezvousing? Where are we heading back to? Pony Way.
Yeah, Pony Way, Horn Street.
Cool.
So I'm assuming then that Negan and Tavis are starting here.
Yeah, we're gonna
Wait for Ulfgar to start making a racket so that we're less likely to be seen.
So the plan is, when Horn Street seems empty, because now it's getting towards, I imagine it was 7 o'clock before, it's probably taken them an hour or an hour and a half to carve bodies and stuff, so probably pushing 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Obviously, with it being a residential area, the street's a little bit more quiet, so kind of going to give it the old green cross code, look left, look right. Make sure nobody's coming. With that, Ulfgar's going to start making some noise. Those two are going to stealth down in front of the main entrance. When they get to the main entrance, I'm going to cast Fog Cloud on them. And then we'll see what happens.
Okay. I assume everyone is happy with that.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so is there a signal for Ulfgar, or is Ulfgar just going to start kicking it off?
I'll give Ulfgar a signal.
To urinate himself.
No, I'll use thaumaturgy and create little whispers in his ear and just say, go, 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 go.
Okay, so what's Ulfgar doing?
Make my way round to the area.
Let me spell it out. Right, the more accurate your portrayal of what you're doing, there's advantage on the cards here. Is what I'm telling you.
What about inspiration?
You can gain inspiration if you do a good job. If you do a good job
Ulfgar.
Channel Ulfgar.
Channel your inner Ulfgar.
You've got many experiences being drunk. You got plenty of.
Yeah.
experiences to draw from.
Have I heard the signal?
Yeah, you've heard the whispers in your ear.
Okay.
It sounded something like "and action."
First of all, Off-Guard just sort of throws himself on the floor and starts rolling around, a bit like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's on the floor, like going round like that in a circle. Pulls himself to his feet and then starts grabbing at his beard, screaming, saying, "There's elves in my beard! There's elves in my beard!" Then he starts running down the street, and every door he goes past, he's just banging on every single door.
He's doing something to everyone will be looking at him, not at us.
Just screaming, "Who's got the ale? Where's the ale? Come on, where's the ale? This dwarf is in need of some ale." And just continues really to make a general sort of drunken, disorderly nuisance of himself, much to the annoyance of passers-by in the street.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you roll your performance. I'll let you roll with advantage. I'd have given you inspiration had you pissed yourself.
What's the threshold?
Not taking his pants off, just literally pissing himself.
Just completely soiled himself.
18.
18. Yeah.
I've got to roll twice actually, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll twice. Yeah.
18.
17.
Yes. 18. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, you're going for it. Really, really bang on the doors and rattling the doors, going against the what you think is the coach house. Really hammering on that as well, screaming. Just generally making a ruckus. From where you are, Esli, you can hear that this is going off. However, understanding the impact that it's having at this point in time, none of you know.
Cool.
So me and Negan set off down the street, trying to stealth our way down to just outside the gate.
Okay, so both make a stealth check.
$18.
8.
Is the fog cloud up yet?
Okay.
Fog cloud.
At what point were you going to produce the fog cloud?
At a point before they would be visible in the gate, so where the buildings kind of so to see when they would be at, where your box is, and you've got the middle left.
You're sort of going for here.
Yeah, so as they're probably just on that bottom right-hand blue nodule. So just before
where the window is then.
Yeah.
Just as they get to that window.
So it'd be just before they're in view of anything.
Yeah.
And I'd cast it as a 20-foot radius, so I'd try and cast it to kind of cover that window and also cover the main gate just as they kind of walk into it.
Okay. Fog cloud. Let's have a look at it.
Hoping that it's still nice and calm as I try and maintain the fog.
I love D&D. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So as you watch the two heading off down the road, you can timing it right, hearing the noise of Ulfgar. You concentrate on the spot in front of the in front of the gate, and you just see the coalescing of the moisture in the air. You can feel it. Yeah, you can feel you can feel your god at this point, because it's weather, and it's affecting the environment that's around you. As this cloud just disperses, this beautiful pure white fog, and it's really thick and dense. And as you watch it expand and you watch the two heading towards it, they just disappear from view. Okay.
Okay, so assuming so far everything's all going to plan, I'll unfold the portable hole and quickly nod to Negan, and we'll start jumping in there and bringing the bodies out and stacking them against the stacking.
So you're tentative at first because obviously your vision is now obscured, and you know that there's a gate coming up. But being tentative, you manage to find where the front of that gate is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pile them up there, just not particularly prettily.
Okay. But the portable hole itself, so where are you putting that?
So just be right out. So we didn't have to walk too far within the fog. Put it like just to the left on the street, so we can drag them out from where the street is. And
yeah. So if you're putting it on the street itself, so it's flat, one of you's going to have to get in. So it's 10 foot deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll jump in. Throw them out.
Okay. Yeah, you're almost. It's almost doing like a one-armed keg toss in strongman, as you're just trying to like yank their bodies out, and you're sort of throwing them out onto the. Tavis, you just see these bodies emerging, and what you started to do, you're in front of the gate now. You're just arranging them.
Yeah, just laying them out in front of the gate. Just in a bloody mess, really, because we don't want it done quickly.
Okay. Yep. So that doesn't take any real time. You can hear that there are voices.
How many bodies did we decide we had?
I think it was 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, 7.
9 would have been nice. Could have rolled one up and given it 8.
Stick mine, man.
Neil Buchanan.
Chop them in half.
And if you pan back again, it's like this.
All I can see is Game of Thrones. The fuck.
Oh yeah, beauty, mate. Yeah. So yeah, you arrange him. You set the bodies down.
Yeah, do that, and if once we're happy that's done, I'll fold up the portable hole.
Can I just sort of got like blood on one of my hands? Can I just pat back at Tavis, bloody hand on his back? As in, well done, mate.
Again, this is the most performance checks we've ever had in a or make a deception check actually. Probably it's the same thing anyway. Either deception or performance. I'd say probably deception.
15, but minus 1, 14.
Just make an insight for us, please.
How's your wisdom, Tavis?
Yeah, I got 16. 17 minus 1.
Yeah, so you kind of get a grasp of what Negan's trying to do there.
I'm not asked. Yeah, nice one, big man.
Well,
This cloak could do a change in his cloak anyway as it goes.
Okay, so body's laid out. Fog's still there.
Portable hole folded up, and make our way back up the street to Pony Way.
Okay.
Ulfgar,
Thorin.
I'm still sort of doing my thing and going mental, because in my sort of head I'm waiting for the signal to stop. So still making noise, And I have pissed myself at this point as well.
You wait until you don't benefit and then push yourself. I love it.
So yeah, I'm still there, very much causing a ruckus.
Okay.
The best part of this is he doesn't have a sending stone.
Yeah, I'm still chilling on the end of Serling Street.
Okay. All right. So you two meeting up back up with Isla. What do you want to do?
So as those
Think that-
two gone.
So I think that worked. I think that worked well, mate. I think we got the job done. I don't think we were seen.
Well, let's find out. And I will drop Fog Cloud and hope that Thorin, or like hopefully I'm able to see Thorin like once it's dispersed. And I kind of beckon him back a little bit, or like kind of get his attention to make him aware that the fog cloud's gone, to kind of see what it is, fully aware that we've got no further with a plan other than this.
Say, do we want to call Ulfgar back now, or is he just going to make a run for it?
Don't know. It depends whether the guards come looking after him. But
He's
we could
making
do-
quite a racket. Can hear him from here.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
It's a good job. Give a man a job he can do.
And I'll try and like, if I've got Thorin's attention, and like kind of point down the road, like to where the noise is coming from, like. And hope he understands what that means.
I rolled an 18. So I'll give him a nod and I'll head off down Lion Street.
Okay.
And yeah, when I come across Ulfgar, I'll get him in a headlock. I'm like, oh, what are you doing this time? Come on, let's get you home. Look at the state of you. Oh, what have you done? Oh. Push him away
So
from me.
So I'm worried I played it a little too well.
I imagine like dwarf piss is a bit like fox piss.
Yeah, and I'll carry on heading up, and then I'll head up. I'll turn right as I get to Whalegond and go past Horn Street and hopefully loop back down onto Ponyway.
I'm gonna need new breeches.
Yeah, so you're just doing like a big loop around, yeah?
Yeah.
I got a 16 on my perception check. Have I noticed that he's pissed himself?
By the time he gets back, I would have said so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll for that.
Oh God, you pissed yourself.
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible. Like, thank you for the commitment.
Bravo. Commitment to the
And-
cause.
You are
Anyway,
so
there's
welcome.
now 7 dead bodies lying up against that. I can maybe cast thaumaturgy and shout something to get their attention to look at the gates, but is there anything that we want to shout, like, give us the stone, or the Xanathars want the stone, or something to reference the stone, or
I
nothing
just
at all? I'm
just bang on the door.
Yeah, can I just make like a loud explosion noise happen like right above the gate?
Okay.
We're gonna,
So, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna try and stay hidden.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be standing on the open. I'm gonna do it and like scuffle up against the wall or something like that.
Okay. So you're just watching for any sort of reaction.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you set off an explosion sound, and now with it being sort of closer to 11 o'clock at night, you do hear voices, and you do see that there are flaming torches that appear to be lit within the garden, and also on the balconies. You can see that there is light up there. After a few minutes pass, you can see that the gate itself is unlocked, and 3 guards in red and orange livery come out into the street. Just roll a perception for Isla. Being as Isla, you're the one that's coordinating. I'll let you do it with advantage with everyone else in attendance.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you yet. That's fucking fantastic, because the first roll was a 1. Anyway.
You don't even see the guards.
I get lucky, don't I? I've got luck. I can't roll ones. But the second one's a 20, not natural.
20. Now you can sort of see, and you're not too far away, although you're sort of in the shadows and whatever else. You can sort of see that the livery on these guards in the torchlight is what looks like a face of 2 halves, and you can sort of see that the face itself, one side has got like an orangey sort of almost skin tone complexion, whereas the other half, you can see that one half of the face is what looks like human, and the other half of the face looks more deformed.
Two-face.
It's basically, Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
Right reference.
You can see that. You can also see that then it's split as well, so the 2 halves, the colours, and they come out and they see that the body's on the floor. You can see that 1 heads back in and 2 remain outside, and they start to just look up and down the street. So if you just roll stealth checks for me.
21.
11.
22.
12.
Jay rolled a natural 20. Look at him. Can't even see
Thought
him.
you did. He just
He's
disappeared.
stealthing well, yeah.
Unfortunately, one of the guards see you, Isla. As he looks over, he says, "Oh, you! Come here."
Yeah, go over.
Where do these bodies come from? Have you seen anyone knocking about here? Have you dropped this? What's going on?
I said, I don't know. I saw a group of about, 10 or 12 people in like red robes, like come from the other way and like throw something, and then they all walked off. And I don't know. There's that many of them, and they're all so tall and scary. I didn't really want to engage with them.
Oh, make a persuasion check.
Oh, it's good. 22.
22. 22, eh? Oh, sorry, 22, eh?
22,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
22 men were there? No, he says,
22 and what?
he seems to believe, and he says, well, you can give this information to the watch. They'll be along soon. Why don't you step in here? And he just points inside the garden.
And I go, yeah, of course. I'm not saying it. I heard them, they mentioned something about a stone.
About a stone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Follow me. And he sort of like puts his hand on your back just to sort of guide you inside the gate.
Yeah, don't resist
that. You're waiting for, I'd say sort of 10-15 minutes. You start to hear whistles that are being blown, and you see that coming from the east, so where the wall is, to the east, you sort of see that the city watch start to appear down the street. They gather around the bodies and they gather around the guards. And the guard sort of fills him in on the explosion noise that they heard, and also seeing these bodies. you hear him mention about men and about robes, red robes, and he sort of points at you as he's saying this.
Can I lean on Thorin where we're waiting back up the way and fly Sora over so I can see and hear what's happening? Probably perch back in the tree again.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, roll perception.
20, not natural. And oh shit! What's if you get 00 on the D100? That means
0,
Yeah.
0. Oh,
The
no,
00 is 100. Is it? Yeah. No, it's
It's all 100.
you're all
no,
All
it
zeros
is.
is
Yeah,
100.
it's 100. Yeah, 100. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm alright on my shiny check, and I got 20 on perception.
Yeah, you can hear everything that is looking here. From where you're at, it's not that far from the gate. So yeah, those the bit muffled, but you can make out what's being said.
Can I
Is it cold?
relay that to the group?
Cold? No, it's still a summer night. So as you're watching, start to examine the bodies, and you can see that they come across the symbol that's being cut into their flesh.
What's that? So the guards are looking at the symbols and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can see that they're examining the bodies.
But say I don't really approach. I just kind of stay where I've kind of been put. Just want to, now that I'm closer and inside the grounds, just want to have I would have had a little bit of a glance around, and then also I'd probably like be kind of shaking a little bit, like I was kind of in a bit of shock. That would be.
So you're just having a little mooch in the ground itself.
Yeah, not necessarily walking. I don't want to like piss on people's chips, but I want to, whilst I'm now in the grounds, I don't know exactly where they put me, but I imagine.
So currently, you're around there, and we put Saw about there, and then the bulk of the guards and the city watch then are there.
Yeah, so it just wants to have seen like the comings and goings of who's been in the house or who's coming out of the house. Assuming that where I am, there's technically looks like 2 or 3 trees. So I'd maybe go to the other side of those trees and just kind of have a look at the house and see what I can see. Now that I'm inside the grounds and look through any windows. Obviously not like walking up to them, but just like glancing.
Yeah. So from what you can see from where you are, like I said, which is about here, you can see that there is a door there on the ground floor, and you can see that there is a door there into this building.
Any of them look open?
This one that I've marked up would be open.
Can I fly up to the balcony with Saw?
Yeah.
To see what I see. Is there an opening into the building from the balcony? Like an open door where the guard walks in and out of, or?
Yeah, it's the same. So there's a door on the ground floor, and then that's the same on the balcony above it. It's just sort of set. Sorry, it's sort of set back, so the door's sort of there. Hang on. No, it's not. The balcony door's there, yeah. So it's about where you can see this edge. It's like 15 foot. It's like the balcony here is like 15 foot back, and then that distance there is like 45 foot across there.
So I'm just looking in to see if I can see anybody on the inside.
Roll a perception.
A natural 20.
From what you can see, with it being quite dark, you're quite convinced that there's no one in that area.
I'm gonna fly inside and start having a mooch around inside. But I'll act quite erratic as if for a bird, as if a bird has been trapped in a building.
Yep.
So
And then for Isla?
with the guards and everyone currently being over by the bodies on the, so I'm assuming it's me, the guards, the bodies, and then obviously the road. Having a look around, is there anyone even paying any attention to me at all? Or is everyone probably just mostly distracted by? Put it this way, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy again on the opposite side of the road, and because I can do 3 things, I'm going to make 3 explosions, kind of pop off one after the other, and then hoping that distracts them, I'm going to bolt as if I'm terrified through the door.
Okay, so let's. Ken, I'd say it's going to be a performance. I'd say roll with advantage because of the explosions, because they are going to give you advantage on making that.
That's helpful. So performance check, 18.
18. Okay. Yeah, so seeing that door, making the explosions as if they were exploding kobolds popping off. So nothing too big, but just 3 in a row. You see that there's a lot of shock, and the guards sort of take cover, some behind the walls, some just sort of duck down, covering their head as these noise go off. And you make a run for it. That would be... hang on a sec. That'd be about 45 feet, so it's going to take you more than a turn, if you like, to get there. So if we say that there's a couple of seconds between each explosion as this is going on, just to give you that time to get through. Okay, yeah. So as you enter this building, you can see that it's very rudimentary inside. There's nothing that's overly ornate. You can see that there are 10 bunks, beds just in incremental rows, each one with its own foot locker at the bottom of the bed. You can see that at the other end of the building there is a doorway, but you can also see that on your right there is a secondary room built into it, and again that has a door. That door would be about 20 foot on your left. Currently the room looks like it's empty.
Okay. Can I pull out my sending stone?
Yeah.
And speak to... Who's got sending stone number 1?
Negan.
Negan? Cool. And say to Negan, I'm inside the building. I think I can get you all in on the other side. I'm not sure if Thorin can use message. No idea what to do. Help.
Okay.
This message.
I just sort of relay that to the group.
I don't hear it because I'm in Saw's eyes and ears.
So what did he say? Sorry.
Basically said that I've got inside the building. I can let you in the other side if needs be. I think Thorin can communicate you a message. I don't know what to do. Help.
What thousand? Thousand.
What do you want to do? You want to go in there, or do you want to just tell him to get out?
I think we should go in.
Yeah.
With
we
the
need to
city
have a-
with the city watch there.
Yeah.
We've come this far.
Yeah, but
Piss
we're not
myself.
we're not implicated at the minute.
What are you thinking then? Or
Just tell him to leave.
we just tell him to leave and we leave out, yeah?
Well, yeah, wasn't this to see if anybody comes out and try and cause a bit of a ruckus?
Yeah, okay. Well,
I'm not sure breaking
I'll
in,
mess.
I'm not sure breaking into a nobleman's house while a city watcher in attendance is the smart move.
Probably a good
Right.
plan.
And I'll elbow Tavis.
I'll feel that, but because I know where I am with Saw inside the house and about to have a look around, I'm not going to react and pop out yet. I'm going to take a chance.
Okay. Well, I'll message back to we need to get out and go.
Okay, I'm sure I hear it, but I can't reply to it.
Yeah, if he can,
So whilst
No, I
I'm in
think
there,
you've...
if he thinks he can get us in, then that means he can get himself out.
so whilst I'm inside the upstairs room, I'd like to have a look around, particularly for anything shiny or anything that might be something to do with the stone. It's a long shot.
So you don't, from the outside, you didn't think you could see anyone. And as you go in it and you flutter inside, you find that you are in a large bedroom. The bedroom is almost shaped like an L. It's got that sort of L shape. And it is really big, really grand. There is a huge ornate bed in the space, and as you fly in and flutter in, you hear a woman screaming, and then you hear a man's voice. The two start to get out of bed and see what the noise is.
Okay. I'll take a quick chance on trying to have a look around for anything shiny or.
There's plenty of things in there that's shiny. It is really ornate. There's a lot of gilded work on the bed. There's a lot of there's like a dresser with jewelry and all sorts of things. However, the light in here is dark, as in
Okay.
sleep dark.
So nothing in particular I see that catches my eye, and I don't recognise either of the people.
No. It's hard to tell in this light.
Yeah.
So she's screaming, and then you hear her shouting for a guard.
I'll just perch on the dresser, maybe 10 foot away in the room, and just cock my head a little bit in the hope that the lack of fluttering kind of calms her down a little bit. She's still screaming for the guard, I get that. And then I'm thinking that lights might go up, and I don't know. I'm kind of hoping if lights might go up, I might be able to have another look. But then I'm going to get out.
Poor Isla. The woman's screaming for guards and Isla's missing.
one. Hello, lady.
Okay, so yeah, you. Okay, so they're gonna. So the woman reaches down on the floor, picks up what looks like a slipper, and she launches it at you with an 11 to hit.
Just misses.
So it just screams, and she screams to the man next to her, "Get it out! Get it out!" And you sort of see that he's looking for whatever he can. You can sort of see that over on, as you came in, over on the left hand side there is a fireplace built into that wall, and he goes over and starts to get the poker from the side of the fire, and he starts to slowly head towards you.
He doesn't pick up a palm-sized green jade stone and throw it at me. Okay, I'm probably at that point going to take my leave. I've had a close shave, and I've tried to have a look around and wait for the lights to come on, and I've not succeeded with that. So
Can we have a battle
probably,
map?
He's heading towards the door. So as you go to fly past him, he is going to take an attack of opportunity. That is a 17 to hit.
yeah, it hits me, and sword disappears.
Okay.
How many hit points have you got? One.
One. Sword has completely disappeared. And I snap back into my body and say, "Well, that was interesting. Where's Isla?"
So as he takes the swipe, he cuts through nothing and then looks back at the door. Obviously, with it being quite dark, he's like, "Did I get it? Did it get out?"
Probably plays up to his missus a bit, like, "I've sorted it, love. Back to bed."
Get it out, you say?
Well, it's out.
What you actually seen in a man a little bit dishevelled with being in bed, but his hair was swept back. He had quite a trimmed sort of brownish beard with a mustache that sort of comes to a little bit of a point. Looks sort of to be mid 30s. The woman that you've seen, just in that brief glance, was taller. She had more of a sour look.
Didn't see any
on her
tattoos.
No, not in the brief time you were there.
Cool. Alright. Well,
Okay.
that's Saw out of action for a little while.
Isla?
Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I've got a door straight ahead of me, yeah?
Yep.
Which I would believe leads onto the road. And there's a door to the right, yeah? Which I would believe to lead to the building.
These are assumptions.
Yeah. I am going to go through the door on the right.
Okay, on the right. You open the door, and you can see in there is a small room. It's 10 foot in width, and it is about 25 foot in length, and it is so it basically just sort of is this sort of portion of the, if you like, of the building, and you can see that this is an armory. It's got various basic weapons in there. It's got mannequins in there. You can see that there's armor that's been hung and stored in there. Yeah, that's basically what you see when you open the door.
Are there any arrows in there?
Yeah, I would say there's arrows in there.
Yeah, can I grab like a bundle of arrows? Why not?
Yeah. Well, like, can I have a specific amount, or what you going for? You just grabbing some and running?
Yeah, like I'd probably go for like a good 20 just to top up my weather. Yeah, 20, about 20, 15, 20 of this that then.
Yeah, I would say that was doable.
Okay, I'm gonna yoink those and for a start at the 10. Let me just update the number of arrows that I've got on the sheet. Beautiful. Right. I'd then come back out that room, and I'd move further down, like in a south westerly direction, and look for another door that's heading towards the main building.
So you're heading to the back of the room. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because as much as they've said get out, Isla would not get out.
So the other door's there, yeah? Is that what you're heading?
There's only those two doors, yeah?
Yeah.
Shit. Can I take a look around and see if there's any secret, look for any scrape marks, any trapdoors, cellar doors, somewhere that would lead down, or a false wall on that right-hand wall, or the
Yeah, roll
northwesterly
perception.
one. 24.
24. No, it just looks like it's it just this looks genuinely what it is.
Okay. Can I take just a quick glance to see if the foot lockers are open?
Yeah. All of them are unlocked. All of them are carrying what look like just basic clothes, tunics, pants, boots.
Any scrolls, letters, orders knocking around on any tables?
Bits and pieces, letters from loved ones, or like receipts of purchases and things like that, but nothing of any note.
Okay. I think the best thing to do in this instance is probably to go out the door that I came in. Due to the fact that I've been seen by the guards, I don't really seem to be fleeing the scene, so I'll just kind of go back to the door and kind of peek around it and act like I'm a little bit scared of what those explosions were, just in case anyone's looking.
Yeah. Okay.
Not necessarily trying to hide. Just trying to kind of look genuinely scared of the fact. So if I get caught at a place that I shouldn't be, I've got a reasonable reason for bolting.
Yeah.
Into
I would say that with the performance checks that you've already made, and the situation that you're in, it's quite easy to sort of pull that off with what is already going on at the gate.
Yeah.
However, now that you look out, and for the rest of you that are looking on, you can now see that a horse and cart has arrived from the wall. So for those that didn't quite see where the wall was, it's not that far away, the outskirts of the city. So from the outpost there, they arrive with this with the horse and cart, and they start to load up the bodies. You can see that the guy on the guard sort of looks around and, "Wait, where have you gone? Get over here."
Yeah, I do go over, but quite tentatively.
Yeah. Like I said, he's that's what he's seen. Just need to clear up these bodies so I can put the master to at ease. We'll keep our eye out round here. And he's just having this just general sort of chat and handover, if you like, with the city watch.
Up the street, I'll say, what did you say to Isla? What have you heard from Isla?
He said he could get us in from the other side and asked for help. And I told Negan to send back saying get out.
How long ago has that been?
Couple of minutes.
Can't see it being long.
Okay. How long do we give him?
I think while all the guards are milling round. think we just wait.
Okay.
So it's not long as before you feel a hand on your back as they're urging you back out onto the street, with the bodies all laden up, and you've seen this now, a couple of times. This scenario, the horses are put to trot, and they head back off towards the wall. The remaining sort of guard you can sort of see as being it, just having a slightly different look to his uniform. You imagine to be some sort of sergeant. Turns back to the guards and says, just stay vigilant, and we'll investigate this in the morning in the light. So with that, then the remaining City Watch walk away, and you see that the guards then, having manoeuvred you out into the street and give you that little push, close and chain up the gate. You see that they sort of chatting on the garden, and they're slow to disperse. Obviously riled by what they've encountered.
Do I hear them speaking?
How close are you?
I've not moved any further away than what they've pushed me at the moment.
Give me a perception.
14.
14. You can see that they're whispering, but it's hard to make it out what they're saying.
I'm gonna then head off in the direction of the carriage, where the carriage went with the bodies.
You're following the carriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can
I'd have made it, so the others can clearly see.
I'm gonna say, did we see him come out?
I'm not hiding. I'd have looked around. As I'm heading that way, I'd have looked around for them and tried to make some type of eye contact or something like that.
Yeah, so you can sort of see that they turn on Selvin Street, and then they follow that round to where there is one of the what do you call it? Is it Castilian or whatever they call them? I can't think what they're called. Part of the wall. So this is part of the guard tower, if you like, that's built into the wall. And you can sort of see that there's an arched entranceway at the base. There is also not an arrow slit. Oh yeah, probably an arrow slit really, which is sort of further up, a little bit wider than an arrow slit. You can see that there's a torchlight behind it, and then you can also see that on the roof of it that there is a guard, and then also there's patrolling guards either side that's on the wall. And as you look down, as you look north and south at the other structures as well, you can also see that they're lit, and that this is quite a well manned area. And you can see that this is actually quite a large structure. The carriage is brought alongside, and you can see that they bring out some tarp, and they put the tarp over the bodies, securing the carriage, and then they move off inside the structure itself.
Okay. I just want to stake the tarped wagon for the next couple of hours.
You're just going to watch it?
Yep.
Okay. So it's about 11. Well, it's gone 11 o'clock, edging towards midnight now. So how long do you want to stay there for?
Probably give it till maybe 1:30 in the morning, and then I'd probably make my way back towards Troll Skull. I don't know. I'm assuming people have followed me, but if they haven't, I'd still do the same anyway.
Okay,
Yeah,
so where's everyone else then?
So if I'd have seen Isla come out and follow the wagon, I'd have made an attempt to follow him and kind of head in the same direction.
Okay. The streets are fairly empty, so it's there's no real
Doable.
it's no threats or anything like that to contend with. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna stay on Ponyway to keep an eye on the house.
Okay. The guards are really slow to disperse. They seem to have upped their routine, if you like, and they've kept the torches burning. So you can literally map out where they're walking, and obviously being up on the balcony as well. Anyone else? What are they doing? Ulfgar? Negan?
When I would have left, I'd have said keep an eye out for the leader. He's supposed to be leaving at some point tonight or early morning. Be good to know his movements.
I'm still with Thorin.
Okay. Yeah, so you as a group are just in the villa. How long are you gonna stake the villa out for?
Yeah, probably just to about the same time as Isla. When we see Isla heading back, we'll probably join him.
Okay. Okay, so Isla and Tavis, you watching the carriage. You don't see anything untoward. The guards don't come out and check. You don't see anyone around it. You don't see any movement. You see movement up on the wall. You see the flickering of whoever's in the tower itself as they walk past the sconces. But in terms of everything else, it's quite quiet. The street that you're on is quite wide. The Troll March itself, which runs the perimeter of the city, is a really wide sort of street. Gives the City Watch the protection as well, that they can sort of see if there's anything, especially in the years ago when they had to contend with riots and stuff. It gave a bit of a buffer in terms of being able to see what's going on. So same applies for you. And as the time goes by, you don't see anything.
They'll probably take these to the House of the Holy Hands, won't they? To Isla.
Yeah, possibly. It doesn't look like they're doing it tonight. I thought
No.
maybe
There'd have been another attempt to stop them again. Yeah. Last time bodies moved from an incident in the city outside our place, and they got stolen, didn't they? Worth keeping an eye on these, see if, but I suppose not easy to steal from here. It's very well lit, and City Watch have got their beady eyes out.
Okay, and then for you that are by the villa, the routine doesn't change. You get the feeling that they're going to be on high alert the night, up in the watch, and just making sure that the perimeter's secure and clear. So you don't notice anything untoward other than there's quite a lot of activity as the torches are moving around.
Okay.
So it gets around 1 o'clock in the morning. Anything else you want to do?
No, probably at this point I'd head back to Troll Skull.
Change my pants.
Okay. Yeah, you head back to Trollskull, exhausted from your busy day.
What did you see, Isla, when they took you inside the grounds? Anything suspicious? Anything untoward?
No, not really. We got into the guards' room. There were about 10 bunks. Nothing really of
10
any note.
bunks.
Mm,
Seems like a lot.
could be, but I'd say it was for there was an armory. There were beds. Nothing to say that they were all guards. They could have been servants or people working there. So
10 bunks and an armory is quite serious for your average noble, is it? I don't know.
don't know, to be honest with you. Not sure.
Seems a bit suspicious to me. Like, that seems a lot like maybe it's a little Centaurium training facility
Maybe.
hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, but there didn't seem to be any centaurums there. Not to say that they weren't.
Yeah, I got up to the upstairs with saw I think what must be Mr. Growlhund, the main man, or possibly with his missus, but other than it being a posh room with lots of shiny things, I didn't see much more than that. And yeah. I don't know what. We're all back together now. Back at Trollskull.
Yeah, Frederick's long gone.
Can hear him snoring from
Yeah,
upstairs.
you can hear the rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I expected, but possibly a bit more than that. But then again, I suppose they've got to put on a show, haven't they, for when the city guard have turned up to respond to anything.
Yeah.
Play it cool, play the white man, so to speak.
But yeah, before Ulfgar sits down, I'll prestidigitation his trousers.
Does that actually clean him, or does that just make him seem to be clean?
I think it's clean. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it says clean.
Either way is good.
Don't mind the stinking.
Ignorance is bliss. Okay, is there anything else that you want to do for the night?
I think I've done enough tonight.
Yeah, not for me.
You can instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
So you
Oh
can
well, that's
theoretically make
Wolfguard out then.
You can theoretically make me dirtier then.
It's built like a Subway sandwich.
A cubic foot.
Lots of meat.
Built like a Subway sandwich.
Okay, so nothing before you head off, no?
Nah, that's it.
I'd probably say things about starting to plan for the next morning, bright and early, but we're probably going to need time to do that.
We plan at dawn.
At dawn we plan.
Okay. So you all head off to bed, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Tavis.
Yeah.
You get into bed, and the events of the day, the the mixed feelings that you've got, having been a Zentarim, now being who knows what, and part of a group that you barely know, and having your brushes with death and trying to convince these would-be friends to put their trust in you. There's a lot of things that are going through your head and a lot of emotions that are unsettling. And as you fall into your sleep, you feel that at first you feel an uneasy relax. It's uneasy because it's almost lucid, and it's strange and yet familiar, and it's a dream you had before, a dream of you drifting through black and falling like a leaf off a tree, just gradually sinking into an abyss. And you feel the familiar and yet strange dream that you've had before as your feet touch sand, lit by a light that you can't see, on the verge of a deep black, almost cliff face. And you feel your feet sinking, almost as if they were the sands of time. And then a flash again, and you're on that hill. You're in that village. You're standing with the view ahead of you, and you look and see the horror of this wall of water, this tsunami, this wave which is coming for you. And you feel that. You don't feel like it's coming for anyone else. You feel like it's aimed at you. And it towers above you as a tiny person, as a small individual against this mighty elemental force. And in that second, you take a breath very calmly, knowing now, having seen this dream before, that you survive. You take a breath and you resign yourself to the sheer will and power of this elemental fury. And in those moments, rather than looking at the wave, you look at what's around you. You see the people from the village that are trying to escape the horrors and escape the death that is fast approaching. And you just scan. You look at the village, you look at the hillside, you look at the country, you look at the island that you're on. You stare out at the horizon that's slowly moving towards you, and you glance off out to sea. And you see a fleet of ships. And you see the same wave heading their way. And as you look back, with the wave approaching, again, you just hold your breath and close your eyes and let the wave take you. You wake up with a start in your bed. You feel the sweat on your brow, having seen this same vision again. But you're not horrified by it. You know the outcome. And you, panicked, taking deep lungfuls of air, slowly relax and fall back into a dreamless sleep. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.